Coming soon in 2021, the all-new Cricut Anger. Hello everyone, my name's Samantha, and today I want to talk about some controversy that has been going on this week with the Cricut. And, well, if you don't know what a Cricut is, it's basically a cutting machine that you hook up to your computer, and you can cut a variety of things with it. You can cut paper, fabric, depending on your model, you can cut wood. It's a pretty neat machine. I've had mine since 2018, and before this, I've been pretty happy with it. So you're probably wondering how on earth there could be any kind of controversy with the crafting device. Well, the thing about Cricut is that there is an optional subscription service that goes along with the Cricut called Cricut Access. Cricut Access allows you to have use of thousands of little clip art images, different fonts. I think there's different levels of membership, and some actually give you discounts on their materials, like their papers and vinyls, things like that. Personally, I've never needed Access, and I'll go into that in a minute, but yeah, I always thought it was kind of cool that it was there, but I never needed it for what I use the Cricut for and what I put into it. Really quick, let's just take a look at some of the images that Cricut Access has to offer. So they do have a pretty big library. They have apparently 142,000 images to choose from, which, yeah, I think you could say that's a lot. Now, there's prices on all of these individually because you are still able to purchase them. If you don't have an Access account, you can just buy them outright, and sometimes they even have free things. I mean, before this controversy broke, I actually did cut out a whole bunch of these adorable little Easter eggs because they're free and they're cute, so my apartment is filled with Easter eggs right now. But yeah, I never paid because I really just don't need any of this stuff. A lot of these work well with their print and cut feature, which I'm not going to go into major detail on, but basically you can print out images like this, and you can have the Cricut will just, it puts like a border around the page when you print it out, so it kind of can like sense where the picture is on the paper that you want to be cut out. It's pretty neat. I don't use that too often either, so that's also why these aren't super useful to me. And also just the design of a lot of these. I mean, there's a lot of cute things in here, but there's also a lot of things that just really are not my style. Like, okay, I love bunnies, but I hate this font. I hate anything with this font. I am so sick of this font and all the other super hard to read nonsense cursive fonts out there. Yeah, so Access just isn't worth it to me. Like I said, I got those free Easter eggs, and I think one time I bought like a palm tree image because I didn't like any of the other random free vectors that I could find, and I think I bought one of their fonts just because I couldn't find a comparable version to what I wanted to do. So yeah, here is Access. Now, despite Cricut Access being optional, use of Cricut software Design Space was not. So basically, anytime you wanted to use your Cricut, you had to upload whatever you've designed into their software, Design Space, and then the Cricut will cut it out from there. Now, Design Space is the most unbelievably terrible software I've ever tried to use. I mean, I guess I haven't really tried using it too often because, again, I don't rely on a lot of Cricut stuff. I'll make my designs for whatever I want to cut out in Photoshop or Illustrator, and I pretty much just use Design Space just to import my images and then cut them out. That's it. But there are plenty of people who do rely on Design Space for a lot of stuff because obviously not everybody has Photoshop, Illustrator, whatever. So, oh god, yeah, Design Space, it's super buggy. It's lacking a lot of features. Cricut doesn't really ever seem to improve on existing features. Yeah, it's not worth the use. I'll keep this brief, but here's a quick look at Cricut Design Space. It is very, very basic. You can place in images that you've uploaded yourself. They have some pre-cut shapes. Obviously, a text feature. There we go. Hello. There's a bunch of fonts that you can pay for. some free ones, and then some of these are my system fonts. Actually, I have this font that I don't like in here. You can do some minor things. You can adjust the spacing if it wants to participate. I guess it kind of is very slowly. Ooh, that looks terrible. Yeah, it's a really basic program. I would rather use something that I'm more familiar with. I would rather use something that I know has a lot more features. I would rather use something that I know is not slow as heck, because, oh god, using any of these things, like half the time, I mean, when I just changed the font just now on that text, that was actually fast compared to what it usually is when I try using their text thing. So despite Design Space's problems, Cricut still held on to a massive amount of super dedicated users because, well, hey, Design Space sucking wasn't really the end of the world. You either were pretty much only using it as something to import your files in to immediately cut them out, or you were a Cricut Access user and the images that were from Cricut Access were already, compatible with Design Space and worked pretty well without any problems. Now, obviously, there's plenty of users who are in between those two things on the spectrum, but hey, either way, Design Space was free, whatever, it sucked, wasn't majorly the end of the world or anything. Now, the controversy with Cricut started on March 12th when they sent out this email to their customers saying, coming soon, Design Space features and updates. They briefly mentioned some of their new features. Okay, and then, oh, by the way, we will soon be making changes that affect members who use the free Design Space app without a Cricut Access plan. Every calendar month, these members will be allowed to upload up to 20 personal images and or patterns. Only 20. Now, before Cricut made this announcement, there was never any kind of limit on how much you could upload to Cricut Design Space. There was never any image size limit that I can recall, and there was never any limit of how many files you can have in their software. So them trying to throttle it down to 20 images a month was a major change for anybody who didn't have Cricut Access. And 20 images, I mean, depending on how you look at it, I guess, okay, it could be a lot, it could be a little, but for most people who have a lot of experience with the Cricut, yeah, 20 images is literally nothing. For example, me, okay, so I'm a pretty casual user of my Cricut. I don't have a business or anything like that. I pretty much just use it, a few times, well, more than a few times a year. But for the most part, the bulk of my use would come from if it's around a birthday or a holiday, somewhere where I'd be wanting to churn out like a ton of decorations at the same time. For example, the other day I was working on something for my husband's birthday decorations. I was working on a little birthday banner. In one sitting, I uploaded 15 images. So that's pretty much all of my monthly design upload total. So yeah, if I wanted to do something else besides stuff for his birthday, like if I wanted to do something for Easter, which is the week after his birthday, oops, too bad, unless I signed up for Cricut Access, which I don't want, and I never wanted, and I never needed. So basically, that 20 upload limit was Cricut's way of forcing people to signing up for Access who had never wanted it before. Because, hey, if you want to actually use this machine that you paid for and, anticipated having unlimited use of, well, that's going to cost extra. So pretty much immediately after this announcement, people on the Cricut subreddit, people on just various Cricut or crafting Facebook groups, and the official Cricut account on Facebook, of course, people were commenting, people were posting things. Oh my God, people were extremely pissed off. I was pissed off. Initially I spent, I think my machine was maybe $350, but it was part of like a bundle thing that came with some supplies. So I spent like $400 from the start. Then God knows how much I've spent on the Cricut tools, the Cricut little cutting mats right here, which I have right behind me. You have to put your materials onto these little mats to cut them out. And then, I have Cricut vinyl back here. I don't really make too many stickers and things like that, but hey, okay, I've given Cricut a ton of my money. I was not planning on giving them an additional $120 a year to continue using my machine and all the materials and all the tools and everything that I paid for. You know, most of my materials, yeah, they're not Cricut branded. Sure, okay, so they didn't get my money there. But they got my money in a whole lot of other ways. And there are plenty of people who do pretty much exclusively buy the Cricut materials. I mean, seriously, people are mad. Like, there are change.org petitions regarding this change. Now, these posts are a couple days old now on the Cricut subreddit, but yeah, it was pretty much just taken over by extremely angry crafters. Kind of feel bad for the people who were actually posting projects on the subreddit the last couple days because they were kind of getting buried in the shuffle here. A few days after this news broke, there were even articles coming up talking about this controversy, which was pretty surprising considering, hey, it's just a little cutting machine, right? I mean, literally anywhere that people could say anything bad about Cricut, they were doing it. People were leaving bad reviews like crazy on Amazon, on the Joanne's website, on the Michael's website, just everywhere. People were just so pissed off. I didn't want to show this on camera because I don't know if there's any rules against it, but yeah, people were even posting just pretty much any kind of customer service or employee or CEO, whoever's email addresses at Cricut that they were able to find from God knows where. And so, yeah, everyone was just harassing all of Cricut's employees. They were calling customer service. Everything. They were doing everything. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention the one little detail that was pissing people off on top of already being pissed off. So it was uncovered that Cricut was apparently working to become a publicly traded company. Excuse me if I'm not using the correct terminology here. But yeah, so look at this. 9 hours ago, Cricut announces launch of initial public offering. So, could it have been that they were just trying to make these changes to just kind of make themselves look good, make themselves look like they were going to just like, you know, gouge all their customers for more money before they were going to gain some shareholders? Interesting, right? Well, guess what? I guess Cricut's little plan to make themselves look good for their future shareholders wasn't really going too well because as of today, as of sometime this afternoon, Cricut did go back on their decision. Kinda. So my initial plan for this video was just to cover all the nonsense that was going on because when this idea first came to mind, they hadn't said anything. They hadn't gone back in their decision. But I went to check this update page, which was basically just more detail from that email that I showed you guys earlier. And I noticed that they crossed out the sections that mentioned how many personal images that we could upload. So that was interesting. That was very good, very good. Let's see here. Yep, crossed out again down here. And there was also this post on their blog, this little sappy letter from their CEO, where they're apologizing for their recent decision because they did not understand the full impact of their recent decision. Oh my goodness. So they said, we will continue to allow an unlimited number of personal image and pattern uploads for members with a Cricut account registered and activated with a cutting machine before December 31st, 2021. This benefit will continue for the lifetime of your use of these machines. And they mentioned something about reselling machines because there was also word going around that some people were being told by customer service representatives that if they wanted to sell their machine, they wouldn't be able to. It would basically just be bricked because, oh, I guess you can't have multiple accounts. I kind of questioned that myself. I don't really know how true that was, so I don't know if this is them changing anything regarding the resales. But yeah, so Cricut went back on their decision, but I don't know if that's going to be permanent because they keep mentioning December 31st, 2021. So, okay, let's see. So we will continue to explore affordable ways for our future users who register machines after December 31st, 2021 to allow an unlimited number of personal image and pattern uploads. So, affordable ways. See, right now it's free. So are they saying that if you're going to be a brand new Cricut user, like if you decide to buy a Cricut in January of 2022, that you're going to have to pay to use your machine, it's going to be the same old situation all over again? I don't know. So I guess for now we're safe. I guess we kind of won. Everyone's complaining worked, which is actually pretty cool if you think about it. But yeah, I'm still pretty unsure of this. So I guess for now I'll kind of rest easy-ish. I was actually kind of, the past couple days, me and I've seen several other people on the internet doing the same thing. I'm sure it was probably hundreds though. So many people were just downloading as many images as they could for projects that they were maybe just thinking about doing in the future, just to kind of get around the upload limit. So yeah, I guess I don't have to do that anymore, which is cool. I can do other things this afternoon. But yeah, it really concerns me still, because, okay, in the future, next year, am I going to have to start paying for this if I want to use my machine? Like, okay, so $9.99 a month, which, I mean, I guess if you buy the Cricut Access subscription, like, just all outright, I guess there's some kind of a discount from it. I think it's $100 for the whole year if you buy it all at once. Whatever. Either way, though. Okay, I bought my Cricut with the intention of having it for basically however long it works, however long you can work with like modern day computers. I'm working towards becoming a teacher, and I thought it'd be really great to have this around for, decorating the classroom and making little art projects for the kids to do, things like that. So yeah, I definitely have a lot of planned future uses for my Cricut. But if they do decide that they are going to make it mandatory for you to have to pay to use your Cricut every single month, well, okay, say they start charging next year, and then, I keep it for 4 more years past that, then okay, in, I guess, 2026, I'll have paid for the machine again, just based on the Access subscription that I'm paying for that I don't actually want. And of course, that's only based on if they decide to, not raise the prices ever, which, I mean, that's an adorable thought. They're going to update their prices. Yeah, that worries me. So it's just really disheartening to see that this company that I've invested so much money in, and so many other people have invested all this money in, just seeing that they were just trying to pull this little bait and switch thing on us, I mean, they'd always said that creativity should be free, and that, they always kind of talked about it as a feature that, like, oh yeah, you can either use Access or you can upload your own stuff for free. That's totally awesome. And yeah, just to see them just try to take that away just as part of just a little casual email, I don't know, that was just really not cool. And yeah, I mean, I was never looking into selling my Cricut. A lot of people were. A lot of people were looking into buying this competing brand of machine by this brand Silhouette, which I was actually looking into myself, and it actually looks pretty cool. So if I ever do want something else, hey, I guess I'll go with Silhouette. But yeah, I guess there's a small victory here in that they changed their minds, but it's just still just something to worry about, and I guess we'll just see what happens back in. We'll see what happens in 2022, okay? I mean, yeah, we'll see if they try to screw everybody over again. So I think that's just about everything I have to say on this topic for now. And if you guys have stuck around this whole time, thank you. I've never really posted a news story type video like this. So hopefully everything I said made sense. Hopefully I have all my facts in order. I would appreciate you guys commenting if anything I said in this video is, obsolete by the time I click publish on YouTube on this thing. Yeah, just let me know what you guys think about this, because I just think that if Cricut had gone along with this, I think it would be setting a really dangerous precedent for any other company just, thinking, oh, well, we can just start charging a subscription service for just about anything you own, and people just have to deal with it. Yeah, so glad Cricut changed their minds, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're out of the woods yet.